Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more real haunted places. Standing guard at the edge of a continent, the Castle of Good Hope is a fortress of secrets. A chilling beacon in the South African sun, it whispers tales of a tormented past. Built by the Dutch East India Company, it has borne witness to centuries of human drama, but within its walls something sinister lingers, something that cannot be explained. Completed in 1679, the Castle of Good Hope is the oldest surviving colonial building in South Africa. More than just a military outpost, it served as a replenishing station for ships rounding the Cape. Within its walls, life and death were constant companions. Sailors, soldiers and slaves walked its corridors, their hopes and fears echoing through time. But some, it seems, never left. Among the castle's most enduring legends is that of the Lady in Grey. This spectral figure has been a part of the castle's lore for centuries, captivating the imaginations of all who hear her tale. The Castle of Good Hope, with its imposing walls and rich history, serves as the perfect backdrop for such a haunting story. The Lady in Grey is often described as a sorrowful apparition, her presence both eerie and melancholic. She is said to appear in the dead of night, her form barely visible in the dim light of the castle's corridors. Seen drifting through the corridors, her sorrowful eyes search for something lost. Witnesses have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness when they encounter her, as if her grief is so profound that it transcends the boundaries of the physical world. Some believe that she is searching for a lost love, a tragic romance that ended in heartbreak and despair. Others think she is looking for a child, a young soul taken from her too soon. Some say she is the ghost of a young woman who died of a broken heart. Her story is one of love and loss, a tale that has been passed down through generations. According to legend, she was a beautiful young woman who fell in love with a soldier stationed at the castle. Their love was forbidden, and they were forced to keep their relationship a secret. When her lover was sent away to fight in a distant land, she was left behind, her heart shattered by his departure. She waited for him day after day, but he never returned. Consumed by grief, she wandered the castle's halls, her spirit unable to find peace. Others whisper of a governor's wife, driven mad by grief. This version of the tale tells of a woman of high status, married to a powerful man. Despite her privileged position, she was deeply unhappy, her life filled with sorrow and regret. Her husband was a stern and unloving man, more concerned with his duties than with his wife's well-being. Isolated and lonely, she found solace in the company of a young officer. Their affair was discovered, and the governor, in a fit of rage, had the officer executed. The governor's wife, unable to bear the loss of her lover, descended into madness. Her spirit, they say, still roams the castle, a testament to her unending sorrow. Then there is the tale of the soldier, hanged for desertion, who still paces the ramparts. This ghostly figure is often seen on moonlit nights, his silhouette stark against the night sky. The soldier's story is one of fear and desperation. He was a young man, barely out of his teens, who found himself caught up in the horrors of war. Unable to cope with the violence and bloodshed, he fled his post, hoping to find safety and solace, but he was captured, tried, and sentenced to death. His execution was swift, but his spirit remains, forever bound to the castle where he met his tragic end. His footsteps, they say, can be heard when the night is still. The sound is unmistakable, a steady, rhythmic tread that echoes through the empty corridors. Those who have heard it describe a feeling of unease, as if the very walls of the castle are haunted by the memories of the past. The Castle of Good Hope is a place where history and legend intertwine, where the spirits of the past continue to walk among us, their stories waiting to be told. Section 4, Whispers from the Dungeon. The castle's dark heart lies in its dungeons. These ancient stone-walled chambers have witnessed countless tales of suffering and despair. As you descend into the depths, the air grows colder and the light fades, leaving only the dim glow of torches to guide your way. The atmosphere is thick with a sense of foreboding, as if the very walls are whispering the secrets of the past. Here, prisoners were held in squalid conditions, their lives reduced to mere shadows of existence. The cells were small and cramped, with barely enough room to move. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and the only sounds were the distant echoes of dripping water and the occasional scurrying of rats. The prisoners' cries for mercy were often ignored, their pleas swallowed by the unyielding stone walls. The stone walls, cold and unfeeling, bore silent witness to the suffering within. Each crack and crevice seemed to hold a story of its own, a testament to the countless souls who'd passed through these dark corridors. The walls seemed to absorb the anguish, creating an oppressive atmosphere that weighed heavily on all who entered. One cell, known as the Donker Gat, or Dark Hole, was reserved for the most unfortunate souls. This cell was a place of utter darkness where light barely penetrated, and hope was all but extinguished. The conditions were so harsh that many prisoners did not survive their time in the Donker Gat, their spirits broken by the relentless darkness and isolation. The Donker Gat was a place of unimaginable suffering. The air was thick with the scent of mold and decay, and the walls seemed to close in, creating a sense of claustrophobia. The prisoners held here were often left in complete darkness for days on end, their only companions the rats that scurried through the cell. It was a place where hope was a distant memory and despair was a constant companion. It is said that the anguish of those imprisoned within still lingers, a palpable sense of dread that chills the air. Visitors to the dungeon often report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair, as if the very walls are imbued with the suffering of those who once inhabited these cells. Some even claim to hear faint whispers, the ghostly echoes of long-forgotten prisoners. The chilling atmosphere of the dungeon is enough to send shivers down the spine of even the bravest souls. The air is cold and damp, and a sense of unease pervades every corner. The shadows seem to move of their own accord, and the faintest sound can make one's heart race. It is a place where the past feels ever present, and the weight of history is almost tangible. Visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of despair, some even claiming to have been touched by unseen hands. The stories of ghostly encounters are numerous, with many describing the sensation of being watched or followed by an unseen presence. Some have felt a cold hand brush against their skin, while others have heard faint whispers in the darkness. The Castle of Good Hope's dungeons are a place where history and the supernatural intertwine, creating an atmosphere that is both fascinating and terrifying. For those who dare to explore these dark depths, the experience is one that will not soon be forgotten. The whispers from the dungeon serve as a haunting reminder of the suffering that once took place within these walls and the lingering presence of those who endured it. Section 5. A night in the castle. Imagine, if you will, the sun sinking below the horizon, casting a warm golden glow over the ancient stones of the Castle of Good Hope. The sky is painted in hues of orange and pink, a breathtaking canvas that signals the end of another day. As the light fades, long shadows stretch across the courtyard, creating an eerie yet beautiful pattern on the cobblestones. The castle, with its towering walls and imposing gates, stands as a silent sentinel, guarding the secrets of centuries past. The air grows heavy with the weight of history, each stone a witness to countless stories of bravery, betrayal and intrigue. Twilight casts a mystical glow, transforming the castle into a realm where the past and present intertwine. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant cry of a seagull, a haunting sound that echoes through the stillness. It is as if the very walls of the castle are whispering secrets, tales of old that linger in the air. You are alone, or so you think, as you wander through the deserted corridors. The sense of solitude is overwhelming, yet there is a strange comfort in the quiet, a feeling that you are not truly alone. The cold, damp corridors seem to close in around you, the air thick with the scent of aged stone and earth. Each step you take is deliberate, the sound of your footsteps amplified in the stillness. Each footstep echoes through the emptiness, a stark reminder of the solitude that envelops you. The sound reverberates off the stone walls, creating an almost musical rhythm that accompanies your journey. A chill runs down your spine, raising goosebumps on your arms. The temperature seems to drop with each passing moment, the cold seeping into your bones. You pull your coat tighter around you, seeking warmth in the face of the encroaching cold. You feel a presence, watching you from the shadows. It's an unsettling sensation, as if unseen eyes are tracking your every move. You quicken your pace, the sense of being followed growing stronger with each step. The shadows seem to shift and move, playing tricks on your mind. You can't shake the feeling that you are not alone, that the spirits of the past are walking with you, guiding you through the night. Section 6, The Unseen Guest. A sudden cold spot sends shivers down your spine. You turn, but there's nothing there, or is there? A faint scent of jasmine hangs in the air, a fragrance not usually found within these ancient walls. Then you hear it, a soft whisper, barely audible, but undeniably close. Your heart pounds in your chest as you strain to make out the words, but they dissolve into the silence. You are not alone.